Thank you for buying my mini course. So this is a mini course around one of the exercises that I use for my warm-up. So I have lots of little exercises for a warm-up. And this type of thing can make a huge difference to the way you speak and how the audience perceives you. So in other words, you do this, you are going to make greater impact. So let's get started. Have you ever noticed yourself getting breathy sometimes? Have you ever noticed yourself running out of air when you're speaking? It doesn't happen to you in everyday conversation, but you're on stage or you're online doing a talk and you're not getting to the end of your sentences. Then you panic. Ooh, and that creates tension. But it's creating a tension on tension that's already there, because we need to release this tension before we get on stage, before we have that difficult phone call. Whatever it is, we need to get rid of that tension first. Because when we tense up like this, what it does is it tenses all here. And that makes it much more difficult to breathe, and I'm sure you've heard it before, down into your tummy. So all your breathing is up here and shallow, and that makes you sound more breathy. All because of tension. Now, the other thing that you might have seen, whether on videos of yourself or other people when you've been watching them speak, is they breathe in and their shoulders are going up. Now, when your shoulders go up like that, that creates all the tension and you're not breathing down from here, which means you're breathy and you're running out of air. Then you're panicking, which creates even more tension, which means your shoulders tend to go higher and higher. And sometimes I've even really seen it almost like this, as if you're some kind of hunched thing on stage. Now, I don't mean that that's necessarily you, but you do have to be honest with yourself. Have you felt your shoulders go up? Because the other thing it does while you're doing all of this is when you're on stage and you've got that tension moves into other parts of your body. So now you find that you're moving stiffly on stage and it doesn't look at all natural. And you're watching your videos back going, what's going on here? Why does it look so unnatural? This could be one of the reasons why. Now, it also means that you're going to sound stilted when you speak. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I know that when I listen to a speaker, I like to hear something nice and flowing. What doesn't work so well is if everything is very short, every couple of words and a breath, and it's very stilted. Do you notice how distracting it is trying to listen to me just then? That's what happens with audiences. They're listening to you, they get fiddly. They become uncomfortable, because it is uncomfortable watching a speaker struggle to what it seems like getting their words out. So how are we going to do something about this? What is it all about? Well, we're going to do this very simple tension releasing exercise around your shoulders. So before we do that though, I'm very well aware, because actually one of my clients said this to me when I taught her this exercise. They said, do you know what? I was taught to do this. And I don't know about you, but I feel not very good at this particular point. I feel very tense in my back and I feel like I can't move very much. So actually it doesn't kind of work. Some people have just said, oh, well, just relax your shoulders. I hate it when someone says, just relax, whatever it is, because actually that's quite difficult to do. You can't just make it relax. We actually have to do something. So this is what I'd like you to do. I would like you to push your shoulders up to your ears. I want your hands so that they are floating down all your shoulders. Your whole of your arm is now just loose under your shoulders. But your shoulders up and up and up. And I want you to keep them there as long as you can. And keep them and keep them. And after a while, it's going to feel, oh, I need to stop this. I need to let them go. Now, before you let them go, I'm just going to explain, so try and hold it here, that what's going to happen in a moment is that when you let them go, your body, amazing thing, your body is going to place your shoulders, they're going to put it back where your shoulders should be for your body. So in a minute, I'm going to go, well, a bit less than a minute, 3, 2, 1, and you are going to drop your hands and arms and shoulders as if they were a sack of potatoes on the floor. So are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Notice it looks much freer here. There's nothing now that's up. It's just nice. It feels nice. Did you feel all of that tension just go whoa? And it feels nice going all the way down your arms. Hear how my voice is now sounding much more comfortable. Isn't that what we want for our audiences? Something that sounds a lot freer and easier. Because if it's easy to listen to, they want to listen to it. You have to remember that the brain interprets the sound of your voice and what you look like before it interprets the content, the words you're using. You don't want your audience to fight with the natural inclination to not want to listen because everything is all off kilter. You want them to go, I want to listen to this. And they do want to listen to it. You don't want them to struggle. You want them to find it easy. And that's what this exercise is all about. We're just going to do it one more time. So, shoulders up. Keep them up, 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 keep them up. That's it. Good, 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 good. Now, remember, shoulders, arms, hands, like a sack of potatoes to the floor. 3, 2, 1, up. And here it is. Tension gone. Everything's opened up. There's no tension around your vocal cords. Everything is now flowing easily. So when do we want to do this? Well, we want to be able to do this just before you go on stage. You might be in the wings. You might be at the back of the room. This is a good time to do it. You might be on some kind of networking call or some kind of online talk. Turn your camera off for a couple of seconds and do this exercise. And you will notice the difference afterwards. You will feel different. You will speak better. And all of that means that your audience wants to listen, wants to hear what you've got to say, wants to hear the value you've got in your talk. And that's what we all want. One tiny little exercise can help do all of that. Now, try this out in all kinds of different situations. It could be not just before your talks, it could be before a difficult conversation you've got to have. It could be talking to a prospective client. It could be if you're a coach in a client session and just before the client comes. All of these things really help as far as all of that's concerned. Now, once you've had a go at it, then get hold of me in the link that you've been given, and we can then have our one-to-one, and we'll look at the specific situations and times that you need this exercise and how we can totally mold it to you and what you need it to do. Now, one more tip before I go. Going on stage, you need to remember that you being on stage doesn't start the moment you get on stage and turn and face the audience and then start speaking. That's not the moment you're on stage. You're on stage from the moment, if you're on the wings of a stage, you're on stage before you get on stage. Because if you're on stage before you get on stage, then the whole of your body and everything else in your face is completely different. And that makes a difference. You don't want to be adjusting all of that once you face the audience. The same with if you're in the back of the room. You are on stage the moment you go past the back row, because they can see you. And believe you me, they can still see tension and everything else going on, even from your back view. They can see it in your back. They can see how you are. So make sure you've done an exercise like this and you're ready to go and you're actually on stage in your mind before you go past the back row. So do you see what I'm doing here? You need to do the same if you're online. Find an online version of this. And that way, from the first moment that the audience claps eyes on you, even if it's only the back view of you, they know that you know what you're doing, you're going to make an impact, and they're in safe hands. So thank you once again for buying my mini course, and I look forward to our one-to-one.